Hello, everybody. So I have it on what is it? Is the Eyewitness News, and this article is about the homeless problem that has happened here in California, which it was really proposed that they were going to build more affordable homes, that they were going to spend more money to try to resolve the issue, but it looks like as soon as they seem like they've made a little bit of improvement, more and more people end up homeless, and the numbers be began growing earlier this year, and now homelessness has exploded. And so I'm just going to say, before I even go into this article, which it's very short, probably has a bunch of ads, so excuse me for that, but from what I've seen living here in the Los Angeles area, that a lot of the homeless problem is not just mental illness. It's not just people that may have drug issues, but you have other people who are now becoming homeless. You have homeless students, college students. You have homeless millennials. You have homeless families. You have variations of homelessness. You have some people that are in tents on the street. You do have your drug users and people who have mental illness, but you also have people who are, maybe they're not on drugs. They're just not making enough money to make rent. They've gotten behind maybe in rent. They're sleeping out of their car. They're sleeping out of RVs, or they're sleeping out of motels or hotels, local motels that are close by to maybe where they commute or work. If they are trying to keep a little bit of money for food, and that's all that they can afford. And if they happen to have children, they may move from motel to motel. So you have families that are becoming homeless, and the numbers tend to seem like they have exploded over the past months here in 2019, and it hasn't gotten any better. So the homeless hearing was on Skid Row recently, and then there was one that was also here, I believe, in the downtown area, which is Skid Row, and millions spent, but no improvement, officials have said. So the one of the things that I've heard before reading this article is that there's someone that was supposed to be an official for the city um, of Los Angeles and downtown, primarily, and they were supposed to be combating or at least helping in efforts to try to relieve people who are in the homeless position. And now you have a lot of people who are very upset. Store owners, people who have businesses, have been complaining that their businesses are not doing well, and they had to close businesses because they have homeless people encamped around the businesses. And so it doesn't look, inviting for customers, or customers are afraid that they're going to get attacked. There have been situations where people have literally been like afraid to walk in certain areas of downtown because of fear of being attacked by homeless people who may have mental illness. And even it's not even in just the downtown of Los Angeles, Skid Row, but it has exploded out to the point to where you can find homeless issues outside of Los Angeles and in various pockets of California and cities, even outside of California now. Well, which there always was homelessness outside of California, but it seems like the numbers are growing now. And I would best believe that, moreover, it has to do with the increases in rent. That which has been another big issue is rent control, and that has been a big issue here in California. I'm speaking for California and Los Angeles, and Inglewood had a big issue with rent control as well. And so a lot of people had, voiced their concerns. Residents, people who have been living in certain areas for all their lives, almost just about, at least, like maybe when they were kids and they grew up in the neighborhood and they've been there and then they've become either renters, people who have been longtime residents feel the pinch of having to feel forced to have to move from everything that they know, their work, and their entire life. And so this article here, pretty much, it talks about the issues. This is just like, something unrelated to the article, but this is the article in and of itself. So it's by Carlos Granada. And so this was recent. It's at Skid Row, Los Angeles, KACB, or KABC. There were almost 59,000 homeless people in Los Angeles County of this year, and the numbers continue to grow. Even 123 people will get off the street every day, but another 154 become homeless. So we are bailing water out of a boat faster than ever before, but the holes on the bottom of the boat is so large that we are at risk of the boat sinking. And so this says Phil Ansell from the Los Angeles County Homeless Initiative. And so Tuesday's hearing was to deal with the homelessness that took place in Skid Row area. Right outside of the front of the door, there were homeless people. Tents lined the sidewalks. The nearby area flooded last week, where even homeless people now were flooded out of their tents in the Skid Row area because of the rain. So nearby flooded areas last week during the heavy rains, and they will be here during Tuesday night's storm. So they needed to find emergency shelter for homeless people because of the rain and the climate issue. So Tuesday's hearings dealt with homeless that took place in the Skid Row area. And so it says every single day in the county, the Los Angeles County, as many as 3 people die on the streets directly attributed to the homelessness issue. So twice the homicide rate in this county. So if that doesn't get your attention, I don't know what will, LA County Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas said. So Teresa Winkler used to be homeless, and she spoke at a hearing that she says that there is a reluctance by some homeless to get help and get off the street. So that's somebody who knows some of the issues. Some of it is, like I said, the mental illness kicks in and they say no, and I don't want to hear that and go away because I was that person and I used to say that and I don't want to hear that and that go away for me. And so it's how you approach the people, said Winkler. And so that was her response, because she once was homeless herself, so she knows from a person that has mental illness, so, or has had issues, maybe depression and various issues. So officials say they are spending hundreds of millions of dollars and nothing has improved. And so they need to find a better way. So Assemblyman Miguel Santiago from Los Angeles put it bluntly: people are pissed and they're angry and they're frustrated about the homeless situation. And if they haven't lost confidence, they're losing it very, very quickly. And so that's a very, very short, brief, blunt article about the homeless issue. This video is unrelated to this article, so I just wanted to bring that out because it's sad, because it has not gotten any better. It has. I have to agree with whomever responded in the about community events and eyewitness news. It's true, the homeless issue has not gotten any better, because I live here in the Los Angeles area, and so you can see here, he wanted to ban feeding homeless people, and now he's about to lead a federal homeless agency. So there's so much homelessness, it hasn't gotten any better. This actually was the video attached to, it was basically showing you the tents and how people are living. You can literally walk down the street, down areas of Vermont or South LA, and you can see tents that are lined across what was old businesses or empty lots, or like just one big long fence area, or like maybe it's a walk away like a little park, and you'll see homeless people encamped out there. But when it's raining, they try to find somewhere to take the tents underneath a rooftop somewhere of like an old building, and then they just kind of move all their stuff and shift it under a tree or under like somewhere where there's roofing because of the rain. But it's wet, it's cold, you can catch all kind of diseases or whatever, from just being out there in unsanitary conditions. And so some people, like I said, are mentally ill. However, there's some people that are a victim of circumstance, meaning that they may not have been mentally ill. They may have been one paycheck away from becoming homeless, and then they ended up homeless, or they were behind in, a credit card or notes or something like that, and then they end up on the street. And so everybody has a story to tell. There's a lot going on. So with that being said, I don't know if this video even plays, but it's sad. You don't even need to really see the video, but from what I do know is that the homeless thing has gotten worse. You see a lot more tents. You see a lot more people on the street. You see a lot more people struggling.
Slept through Black Friday and Cyber Monday?
Well, the Casper sale is still going on. Get 10% off the award-winning mattress.
I'm going to let this video go.
The one that over 50,000 people gave a perfect 5-star rating.
Probably after this commercial.
Hey, we know what it's like to hit snooze.
Basically what I was telling you about.
But just wait until you get the best sleep of your life. Try Casper for 100 nights, risk-free, with free shipping and returns. Visit Casper.com today.
Officials say that homelessness is definitely a state of emergency here in our area. They say they've thrown literally millions of dollars at the problem, but it keeps getting worse. Los Angeles County has about half of the entire state's homeless population, and the numbers continue to grow. Even as 123 people get off the streets every day, another 154 become homeless.
We are bailing water out of this boat faster than ever before. But the hole in the bottom of the boat is so large that we are at risk of this boat sinking.
This comes as the head of the top homeless agency in Los Angeles resigned abruptly. Peter Lynn spoke about the challenges yesterday.
Los Angeles homelessness is at crisis proportion, and if we don't get ahead of affordability here, it will be with us for some time to come.
Today's hearing to deal with homelessness took place in the Skid Row area. Right outside the front door, there were homeless. Tents here lined the sidewalks. This nearby area flooded last week during the heavy rains, and they will be here again during tonight's storm.
Every single day in the county of Los Angeles, as many as 3 people die on our streets, directly attributable to homelessness. Twice the homicide rate in this county. Now, if that doesn't get your attention, I don't know what will.
I don't want to feel like I'm being judged when I'm sleeping in a tent.
A former homeless person spoke at the hearing. She says there is a reluctance by some homeless to get help and get off the streets.
The mental illness kicks in where, man, I don't want to hear that, go away, because I was that person who said, I don't want to hear that, go away, get away from me. But it's how you approach the people.
Officials say they are spending hundreds of millions of dollars and nothing has improved. They say they need to find a better way.
People are pissed, and they're angry, and they're frustrated about the homelessness situation, and if they haven't lost confidence, they're losing it very, very, very quickly.
And officials say the immediate need is really more emergency housing. They say they really need to figure out a way to build more housing quickly or use existing housing as quickly as possible.
Okay, that's basically what I said in the article.
Leah, your wedding looks amazing. How did you do it?
I had help. Plus, I used Zola to make it easier. And my wedding website is done. Working my registry, working my app. Oh, a stock pot. Yeah, that one seems like me.
Did you send Amelia thank you? She got you that soap pot.
Mom, I literally just got it.
Our families, people have kids.
Done. Zola made it super easy. Now I can just enjoy my wedding. Go to Zola.com to start planning your wedding today.
Good Wednesday morning. We're seeing rain over most of Southern California. A lot of areas under flash flood watches and advisories. And so I just want to show you what we can expect for the rest of the day. This is looking at the 8 o'clock hour. And we're still seeing some areas getting some pretty decent heavy rainfall, especially out into the IE this morning, Orange County, and some other areas into the high desert and low desert as well. We do start to see some breaks, but it's still going to be moderate to heavy at times through the morning hours. And then taking into about 10:30, we're still seeing that. It's not until after lunchtime we'll start to see it lighten up in some areas, but it is still going to be pretty heavy, again, out to the east and down in Orange County. Late this afternoon, your commute home should be much better than it was this morning. By about 6 p.m., we start to see scattered showers, much lighter out there. That's going to be the case through the night, so overnight tonight, and even into tomorrow morning. If we do see leftover showers, it will be light and it will be scattered. And that could be the case even through early tomorrow afternoon. But otherwise, we should have a mostly dry day tomorrow, free and clear of rain in most spots. But again, we're seeing some light and scattered places through the morning and afternoon. And then we get another break on Friday before more chances for rain this weekend. So for Los Angeles and Orange County, we're in the low 60s today. We're expecting about 3/4 of an inch to an inch and a half in most spots. A chance for thunderstorms this afternoon because it could get heavy at times. We're hoping we don't see them. And then by tomorrow, we do start to see it dry out in the later afternoon. And by Friday, we get a day free of rain, 66 degrees, a little warmer. And then there's the next chances this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We're not expecting as much rain from that system. And then by next Monday and Tuesday, we have some nice sunny skies and more mild temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. For the valleys and IE, we can see up to 2 inches in some spots and up to even 3 inches for some of the foothills. Tomorrow, we're in the low 60s, Friday 65, and then we cool off again just a bit just in time for the weekend with that next system where we're expecting a little bit more rain before another break next Monday and Tuesday. Beaches 62 today, 3 to 5 footers, 63 tomorrow, and then 64 on Friday. Again, we have a chance for some thunderstorms today, so if you can, just stay out of the beaches, stay out of the water, and that will be the case through the rest of the afternoon today. And then we have that other chance for rain on Saturday and Sunday. Up in the mountains, we're not expecting too much snow from this system. Again, it's going to be at the higher elevations, and we're just expecting about 4 to 8 inches for today. Because the system's a little bit warmer, it's an atmospheric river, we're not expecting too much there for the mountains. Snow level at about 8,000 feet, about 4 to 8 inches today. Could see another inch tomorrow. And then some more snow showers Saturday and Sunday. We get a quick break on Friday, though, and then Monday and Tuesday also expected to be dry. And for the high desert cold, 50 degrees. We're expecting some rain through the rest of the day, through tomorrow morning, early afternoon. A break on Friday, more rain Saturday and Sunday, but temperatures going to be cool in the 50s over the next 7 days. Hope you all have a great Wednesday.
They might not even provide a kitchen. Maybe they call it a kitchenette. And so a lot of these apartment owners are to blame for some of this homelessness.
I wish I could try these glasses on
the
first.
sake of their greed.
Here. Step into the future where everything
that is what I think has a lot to do with it as well, because I've been listening to
Here you can try on Warby Parker glasses using only your phone.
Virtually
really?
Find anything
wow.
That was
I like it here.
And
I like
these.
You can stay, but I'll need my phone. Okay.
The affordable housing. You have to be somebody.
Shop prescription glasses starting at $95 and virtually try them on in the Warby Parker app.
Some groundbreaking cases coming out of Fresno County. It involves a deadly pursuit, and it could have lasting ramifications here in Southern California.
Affordable housing.
Oh no! Oh my
she
goodness!
Had to make
oh my God! Right into the tree.
I easily could have been dead. No doubt about it.
Reckless and dangerous high-speed pursuit suspects could now potentially face harsher punishments. If someone is killed, instead of manslaughter charges, suspects could now face murder charges.
I've got the vehicle here. It's upside down.
It will put everybody else on notice in other high-speed pursuit cases that they better think twice, or they could be looking at a murder charge.
The potential change is because of this Fresno man, Klein Garner. He's accused accused of wrecking a motorcycle at almost 100 miles per hour and killing his passenger, all while trying to get away from deputies. It's the first time he's accused of killing anyone in a pursuit, but it's the second time he's accused of leading authorities on a chase. Now prosecutors want to convict him for murder.
So in a manslaughter case, the sentence includes a definitive term, 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, and so forth. In a murder case such as this, it's an indeterminate sentence, so 15 to life, meaning he doesn't know when he would get out.
Criminal defense attorney Lou Shapiro says this is something you would typically see in a DUI case. Someone gets convicted of a regular DUI and they're warned by the judge, if it happens again and someone is killed, you could be charged with murder. Garner's case mirrors that same logic.
This is the first time we've ever seen that somebody in a pursuit situation that results in the death of somebody else is actually charged with murder. We've seen manslaughter, but not second-degree murder. That's a whole nother level.
Deadly police pursuits sometimes take the lives of suspects and sometimes innocent bystanders. And while the case may be out of Fresno, the legal precedent could be far-reaching.
And Mark and Michelle Garner is due in court next week to enter a plea for his murder charge. Legal experts are likely going to be watching this case very closely.
Affordable housing criterion to get in those apartments. So I'm adding that in there, so that might be a little bit more.
Slept through Black Friday and Cyber Monday? Well, the Casper sale is still going on. Get 10% off the award-winning mattress.
Affordable housing units.
The one that over 50,000 people gave a perfect 5-star rating.
Like, it's going to be a cheap apartment.
We know what it's like to hit
There's
snooze.
some apartments where.
But just wait until you get the best sleep of your life.
But you can't.
Try Casper for 100 nights, risk-free, with free shipping and returns.
Qualified to move.
Visit Casper.com today.
They don't tell you that.
Well, I will tell you this,
So
that
if you're
investigators were responding to this hotel here. It's known as the Exo
that's
LA
over
Hotel
the
here on
yearly
Sunnymead in Moreno
amount
Valley to
that they
reports of an
have
assault with a deadly weapon. They did
to
say that
move
when they
in
arrived
affordable
here,
housing,
they did
you're
find a
not gonna
man
be
down.
able to
Investigators are
qualify
now
for
searching for a suspect. He has been described as 41-year-old Chad Green of Riverside. This is a photo that the Fugitive Recovery Warrant Division of Facebook has released. He is described as having several tattoos with Viking symbols along with